welcome to a Secure 9000 e-demo showing how to perform a quick query or data search in Secure. A quick query allows the system user to perform relatively fast searches for object types with text inputs or preset drop-down menu items, or a combination of both. In this training scenario, we're going to search for personnel in the Secure database with specific attributes in their personnel record and perform a few types of searches utilizing different fields and operators to illustrate the different types of results that can be obtained. Alright, why don't we go ahead and get started? First, select the Personnel tab in the navigation pane, then select Quick from the Personnel menu at the top of the Secure interface to access the Quick Query interface. Next, we'll select Personnel from the Personnel drop-down menu. Alright, before we move on, let's discuss the different states of the checked in, can host, and template fields, as they are important in our searches. Now, when a field is left blank, it means search for records where this criteria is not true. When it's checked, it means search for records where this criteria is true, and dimmed out means do not utilize this criteria in the search. Alright, understanding that, let's perform our first quick query. From the Personnel Type drop-down menu, select Employee, set the Can Host field state to True for personnel records that can host visits, and select the Go Search green arrow to find those records that exist. As you can see, our query found all the personnel that can host visits, and if you look, each record has a check mark next to their name in the Can Host Visit field indicating as such. Now let's perform a second search with the Can Host field set to Dimmed, which nullifies its effect on the search. We'll select Display in a new tab so we can compare the results side by side. Now run the search. As you can see, it resulted in the system finding all personnel that are employees regardless of whether they can host visits or not. For the second set of searches, let's select Credential from the Personnel drop-down menu. Next, set the Lost and Stolen fields to Dimmed, eliminating them from the search. Let's perform the search and take a look at the results. So as you can see, what the search found was all personnel records that had credentials attached to them, nothing else, and whether or not they were lost or stolen or had any other pertinent criteria attached to each record did not matter. A second search with lost checked and stolen set to not true produces what we would expect: all personnel that have lost their badges or credential IDs and have been entered as so in the system. A third search with only stolen checked produces only those personnel records that have been stolen. As you can see, the proper use of the different field operators have an effect on the outcome of the searches performed. Once a system is operational with data resident and attached to a fair amount of hardware, personnel, and other data records, the quick query feature and other search types can be an important asset in managing a secure system. Alright, that concludes how to perform a quick query or data search in Secure 9000.